Welcome to the P list, to the P list, to the uh, uh, P list. Yo, yo, yo. What we have here is a top 10 things that I am thrilled about now that we're reaching the year's end. Top 10 things I am thrilled about because of this channel that all of you support through subscribing, through listening, through watching, through sharing, and all the rest of that. I wanted to kind of look back. I'm still putting together that best of, and it's ludicrous and it's a lot of fun while I was doing that. And then a couple of, well, one particular very topical news item came up that I could bring up in the top 10. So I wanted to go ahead and do that as well, because you know how I do. I'm wearing plain white, see? Plain white, see? Because this is like my undershirt of what I wear at work. Because I knew I was going to open this right away. I have at least a couple of packages to open, including that big one from a celebrity bigwig friend of mine that I am supposed to open on Christmas. And they said it would be the best one I ever received. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's possible, because I have a feeling this shirt, like all the other shirts that I've gotten in various things, is pretty awesome. Let's see what it is. Who's it from? Oh. Oh my gosh. All right. Yo, E. Yo, come see this shirt that somebody sent me. I know you're destroying people in Mario Kart, and I appreciate that. Who are you playing in Mario Kart? Waluigi pinball level, I approve. Do you want to see this shirt though? Because you're probably gonna steal it from me. I'm in the middle of making the video, so when you get a chance, just come in and look. Um, Here's the shirt. Dude. Dude, with Star Wars officially out 10 minutes ago. We're going on Christmas. I don't know who sent this. Please tell me who sent this. I found out who most of the people were that sent me things. Please tell me who sent this, because this is absolutely freaking amazing. Now I have something to wear to Star Wars. I'm very excited. Elena, I'll just lay it right here. It's a Star Wars type mashup shirt. Look at that, Princess Leia with the rebel tattoo. It's dope, right?
Oh, that's great. Oh my god, that's great. Oh, that's great.
So I'm gonna wear this to Christmas.
Yay, Christmas.
All right, you can take it and enjoy it
Oh, yay.
for just a little while. Yay, it's dope. Thank you, whoever sent it. All right, so we're gonna jump into this P list.
Now I get to destroy people in Mario Kart in style.
She's already putting on the shirt. Number 10. Getting to hear how irrelevant I am on a daily basis. That has been one of the top 10 best things about this channel. He's just a guy in Florida on his couch. What does he know anyway? And he failed as everything he ever did in wrestling. And so he's super jealous. And so he's blah, blah, blah. And every day I get to hear how the awards don't matter. And Stephen Platinum doesn't matter. And Tipping Point doesn't matter. And Georgia wrestling history used to be better, especially when nobody was really watching it as they should have or reading things on it. It's all so bad, and every day I get to hear about it. Every day I get to catch wind of it. Every day I get to get screenshots of people who wouldn't dare even attempt to be friends with me, talking shit about me, or people ambiguously talking about me, but not invoking my name for fear that I'll show up like the motherfucking Candyman if you say my shit into Facebook 5 times, or whatever the fuck. But I do love hearing how irrelevant I am on a daily basis. I hate the word haters, so I won't use that. I will just say all the people who spend a whole lot of time saying, who's that? And blah, 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 but nonetheless talk about me endlessly and live in the turbulence of my opulence. Suck a dick. Preferably mine, unless you're bad at it. Number 9, reasons that I love this channel this year. People sending me stuff like that Princess Leia shirt. It's so dope. It's so dope. When Elena came up with the idea, and she said, "Get a PO box," and she's like, "Dad, you wear these crazy shirts, people will send them to you. Dad, you know," and I've gotten things from across the country and around the world, literally around the world, people send me stuff. I've gotten 16, I did a rough count. I've gotten 16, well, 17 with this, 18 if you count the thing that I'm saving to open on Christmas Day. And people are asking, is there going to be a Christmas video? Because I know the Tapped Out guys are going to take Christmas off as they should. And I'm sure Gunnar Miller will maybe do a pre-tape thing for the Thursday. Am I going to do a Christmas video? Of course I am. I'm going to try to do it location on wherever cool thing me and the kids decide to do. Last year we went to the beach. This year we'll see. Um, People sending me stuff. It's really great. It feels very good. It's very exciting. It reminds me of the days where it used to take 6 to 8 weeks in Hawaii, even longer, to get stuff in the mail. And I always wanted to have stuff in the mail. I was always sending in proofs of purchase, like cereal box tops and all this stuff, so I could always have something arriving in the mail. Or comic books. I would order stuff out of comic books. And so I just love the thought of stuff coming in the mail. And it's fun to be excited. I mean, because as a grown up, unless you're an avid Amazon shopper or things like that. And then they're putting the boxes on your porch, which is not quite the same. And people are stealing shit off of the porch. I found out something like a million point seven packages are taken. I wanted to say daily, but that can't be right, can it? It can't be that many daily. But whatever it is, it's a lot. But anyway, it's not the same as going to the box. Like today I went and I asked the kids, what do you think? I got something today. I mean, I checked yesterday, and I got this right. And is there going to be something? And they're like, yes, yes. And I was like, no. And there was. So for full disclosure, I have a freaking shirt to open. I'm pretty sure it's a shirt anyway. Number 8. It's great. People sending me stuff, showing me love. Former enemies fucking sending me stuff to promo their shit. And just know I do promo your shit. I rock the shirts that you give me, not only in the video, but I wear them around. They become my like new thing that I wear when I'm out and about. And people ask me about them, I fucking tell them. Number 8. Awards getting the spotlight. I love it. I'm a big fan of those awards. I definitely set that as a goal when I was in Georgia to win those, and I felt very vindicated when I did, and it meant a lot to me, and it means a lot to everybody who wins if they're being honest with themselves. Um, but this is where the news item comes in. I'll tell you this. Don't you fuck me, Tony. Don't you ever fuck me. Yeah. So we'd come up with such Nick of Tapped Out came up with the voting system, right? Where you get the link and blah blah blah. And there's been little problems with that, but he's taken care of them. Of course he has. And it's gone really smooth. And we've had more people vote in this one than we've ever had vote, and more outstanding. My goal, my personal goal, is that 100 people vote. And it looks like we're going to be able to reach it, especially because Southern Fried is rallying the troops. Now, when it's been said, it's wrestling people, right? Wrestlers, managers, valets, referees, promoters, bookers, etc. And that etc. is the problem because nobody has ever tried this before, but Southern Fried is, and that's to get every concession stand, security person, and all the rest of them qualified to vote so they can stuff the ballot box with Southern Fried shit. Again, is that illegal? No. Does it go against the spirit of the awards? Definitely so. I love telling this story, but when PCW was relatively new in 2010, 2011, a bunch of the wrestlers, because we were on a big email listserv where I would send the booking sheets out and talk about different things, were like, we need to all get together and vote in a block. And I absolutely put the kibosh on that. I said, absolutely not. Way back then. So to get, the motherfucker who makes popcorn and sells nachos and shit to fucking vote party ticket, I think it's pretty lame. And I have a feeling that that loophole is going to be closed after this year. So what should the other groups do? You tell me. I'm very interested in what the other groups are going to do, and I'm interested in what Southern Fried's going to have to say about this. You little monkey! I told you don't ever fuck me! Fucking love that guy. I love that guy. Fucking Scarface rules. I'm in a Scarface mood because when I did the Jeff G video, by the way, Be Kind review, that's the most views we've ever gotten for a Be Kind review, and it happened quickly, and it continues to happen. It's still the one that's acquiring the most views by the hour. So very excited, very happy. I realized that that video was actually longer than the 50-minute full disclosure one. Holy moly. But I love Jeff's writing, and I'm hoping people are listening to that video and then going and seeking him out and reading his stuff. It's great. Number 7, Patreon. Look at this. Folks, I need to get a pen. Folks, what you see there is me cracking the $200 mark, going over it. One, because somebody added $3 to their monthly pledge just so I could reach that 200, and then somebody new added on, so now it's over 200. And it means a lot. It just does. The money part's great, but it's more what it symbolizes. And one, it symbolizes Elena being right again. About the fact that you start this Patreon, Daddy. People are going to want to support it. They're going to want to support your channel. It's going to take a while before YouTube really acknowledges you in any way. And then even then, you might have a hard time getting monetized because you have a motherfucking potty mouth, fucker. But Patreon started, and for a while, nobody was contributing to it, and I was just okay with that. And then the motherfucking OG Myron did. And once Myron did, the floodgates opened. But I don't want to be remiss and forget about the people who contribute to that Patreon who have caught shit for it. There are a lot of people who don't like me, and a lot of people who don't respect me, especially mark-ass motherfucking bullshit wrestling fans. Because I make no bones about the fact that fuck a wrestling fan, right? And a lot of people want to pretend like whoever produces Huck's show podcast always is like, fuck Steve Platinum. I get that a lot of people are not gonna like me. Very outspoken. I lay shit out there. I fucking take strong opinions. I'm also willing to fucking concede when I'm wrong. I make corrections all of the time. Yeah. And some people don't like that either. People are much happier in this day and age with somebody who digs in on their side because it makes them easier to be an enemy or whatever the fuck weird standards people have for behavior nowadays. I'm me, and I'm going to keep doing me, and secretly or not so secretly, people are really happy with me. They really like that I'm me. But at the end, that's irrelevant. I like being me, and I'm going to keep doing my shit because I'm encouraged. You're going to see why later on this list. Number 6, Pro Wrestler's Handbook. I'm glad more and more people are watching these. They get way less views than the other things, but I think that they're one of the most, if not the most important part of the channel. And it's the thing that I think people are going to go back to and watch later on. If there's people who all the time like join up recently who are like, man, I want to go back and binge watch stuff. I have to be more diligent about keeping up with the playlists, right? I think I've put all the full disclosures in the right spot, but I need to do that with the Pro Wrestler's Handbook in particular so people can go back and listen to that stuff. It's everything from the very simple and basic all the way to the very complicated to stuff that I've come up with on the spot. And seeing people put the promotion stuff into action, or at least being able to view what people are putting out under the lens of my like promotion theory on the difference between how wrestlers should promote, how promoters should promote, and how bookers should promote. It's really exciting to say. I'm not going to take full credit for it, though I suspect I do have some influence in that, but it's great. the thing about higher education, which a lot of people in wrestling don't have higher education degrees, but I'm really bringing that stuff into your world in order that you may learn to see things through a lens in which is going to focus and is going to sharpen and is going to give you true insight and make some synapse connections that you may not already have in your brain to get you to think better. That's what higher education is all about. It's not just the memorization and acquisition of knowledge, it's the application of knowledge. That's what higher education is about. And I can see the difference in people that I know who did not go to college, for example. Doesn't mean that they're less intelligent, but it often means they're less able to apply information correctly. And I don't want you to be that guy if you're in the wrestling business. I love number 5. I love the community of like podcasters, writers, and Georgia wrestling history that has been created. I love it. I love that Gunnar Miller, the Tapped Out guys, and I um, are allies in one sense and competitors in another. I think it's great. I love it when they invoke me. I invoke them constantly. I love that Georgia Wrestling History has become a site that's not only about show reports. And by the way, Rob Rod and Larry and Nick and Myron and whoever else is writing these show reports when Scott Hensley does it and Scott Hensley's lists and all the rest of this stuff that gets part of it when Logan Chase writes stuff, when Drew Blood used to write stuff, when other people. I like that John the Body is freaking putting out these videos going like fucking commentators matter and other people are invoking that. I love it. I love it. It's this great community. And even if we don't always agree, and even if we're going at each other, and even if we're sort of debating and fighting about stuff, all the better. Because at the end of the day, I watch their shit. I listen to their shit. I ran this morning and I was listening to the Tapped Out podcast and hearing them talk about stuff, and they have different takes on stuff, and I think it's wonderful. And I mean, if you like how this year's voting goes, and you should, in the sense that how smoothly it's going and the fact that we're handling volume in a way that we never did before, we could never have imagined that this was going to be the case 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago, that it is now. And it's wonderful. And it's due to those guys, all of those people. Here's something I would love to see. I would love to see truly a female voice as far as like a wrestling podcaster type. I mean, I know Huck's got his partner and all of that. I go like, it's not quite the same to me. I would love somebody who was like covering the shit and writing show reports and just different perspective, a female perspective. I think that's really important. I hope we can see that sometime in 2020. And if what I'm saying is inspiring you to be the person that does it, rock on. Number 4, look at this shit. The growth. The growth. What's the most important part of that picture? I could have showed you a number of the algorithms, and all of them look amount of people who view, the unique number of visitors, all that stuff's gone up and up and up and up. Subscribers, obviously, up and up and up. Average length people listen to the videos, up and up and up. And that's all wonderful. But the reason I put that picture up is because the most interesting part is this is a phenomenon that's happened recently within the month of December. YouTube is now recommending my videos on other people's feed, presumably when it has to do with pro wrestling. So that's increasing viewership all the more. That's the first big step. I know when I tell Elena that, she'll be incredibly excited. And our goal is to really push to the 200 subscribers. That's one of the reasons. It's not the only reason. It's not even in the top 3 reasons, really. But I'm putting out so much content because I want people to know that I'm around. And I'm going to keep making my stuff. You can count on full disclosure. You can count on that Patreon video for people who subscribe to the Patreon. But you're going to get full disclosure. Then you're going to get another video that night or the next day. And then you're going to get something later in the week. which is what this is, at least. My goal is to get to 200 subscribers because I've heard that once you hit the 200 subscribers, you're in a whole different algorithm and things really take off from there. And it's great. The growth of the channel, the growth of the Patreon, the growth of the number of people who hire me to help them with their wrestling stuff, the growth of the amount of advice that I give. I feel bad because sometimes I have to tell people like, shit, I get paid for this shit, and if you're not paying me, then I got to put you on the back of the list, but it's just the way it is. I have to catch up on all kinds of videos to watch, for example, promos being cut, which I'm very excited about. I'm very excited that different people with my influence and otherwise are beginning to put stuff out more. It's good. It's good for wrestling. It's good for their personal development. Number 3, liars and scumbags being called out. This was almost number 1. I love it. I love it. You lie about your crowds. I love calling that shit out. I love busting people who are scumbags. I like calling out shitbird promoters. I like finding fucking people who are trying to get away with something. You're a child molester that's trying to slip back into the wrestling business. Fuck you. I'm gonna fucking tell everybody about it. You're trying to fucking ballot box stuff. Fuck you. I'm gonna tell everybody about it. People send me news items and proof now, and people take pictures of their crowd to show, especially if there's nobody there to do a show report. And I say great, because they don't want to be on this list. But the fact that this is an active thing that's now hunted out and searched out and called out, it delights me to no end. Cleaning up Georgia wrestling is one of the main reasons I do this thing, and calling out liars and scumbags is the most fun part of it. I think it's very telling that the ones that have gotten the most views is anytime I try to take down or fucking wound or call out stranglehold, those get a lot of views. Anytime I fucking call, like the Paul Lee thing, my kids making fun of Paul Lee and doing the commercial for Paul Lee got 400 more views than he got votes. Good times. Good times. My goal is this gets pushed up the list in 2020. I'm coming for you. So the obvious solution is get better at hiding your shit, stop doing your dirt, or stop being a liar and a scumbag. That's the best option. Dickheads. Number 2, I love being able to respond instantly, right? The Jacob Ashworth thing, I had the video up that night. Anytime I hear about fucking child molester being in the thing, I put the video out right away. By the next day, they're out, right? The Jim Cornette thing happened with the NWA. I got the video up right away. I love it. The Southern Fried Vote stuffing thing, I heard about that an hour ago, and now I'm talking about it twice. Being able to respond instantly to news stories, you're going to see a lot more of Every Cloud Has a Platinum Lining in the new year, because I love having that kind of instant response to things. Awesome. And of course, the number 1 thing I love about this channel, and there's one of them now, is that my kids are involved. I love it. Elena helps me with this channel on multiple levels, of course. All her ideas are just great ones, down to like, you got to have better thumbnails and let's do this meme thing and all the rest of it. Having Veronica be a part of it. Veronica, Elena, and I have so much fun together. And it is. I let you into my world. Some people said in my last full disclosure that they were shocked that I sort of let people into my personal life a little more, because that's not how I am generally. But that's how I want to be a little more. I'm never going to be like drama channel. You're going to know everything going on in my life stuff. However, um, my kids are my world. And that's not just hyperbole, it's true. Go ahead, come over here. I know you want to get on camera for a second, because that's how you are. Not for too long. Someone's supposed to be asleep. What excuse are you using to not be asleep right now?
I'm fasty.
I'm thirsty. Oh, you're making a joke. Oh, that's the Baby Yoda meme. You don't know. We got inside jokes all over the place. It's Kylo Ren yelling at Baby Yoda, and at the end, Baby Yoda just responds with,
I'm
I'm
fasty.
thirsty. She says something really cute and it's funny. Anyway, we got inside jokes for days.
I
Oh,
finished Rainbow Road and it was terrible and torture, but now I'm here.
all right, both of you get on camera because we're about to end this bad boy. So you finished Rainbow Road. Congratulations.
Yay.
So anyway, my kids being involved, this was actually not planned for them to be in this part of it, but it's awesome. My kids being involved is the best part of doing this, and they're going to be involved even more. I'm not even going to tell them what we have planned for the 200 subscriber celebration, but let's just say it behooves all of us to get to 200 subscribers so you can see that video because it's going to be awesome blossom. And as we part ways with our top 10 list, I'm going to put up a few pictures over the last year of me and the kids together in the video that I've compiled. So enjoy, and we'll see you next time on the next video.
I am saying bye while waving hand. Wait, what?